trying this intro for probably the 4th time. Hey guys, how's it going? I am back with another video today, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this hairstyle. This is going to be more aimed at girls with thick hair, which I definitely have, but really could be used on anybody that wants to do this tutorial. Like, you don't have to have thick hair, you don't have to have thin hair, you can kind of do this wherever, but this is a really, really good technique that I found for people with thick hair. I have always struggled to get curls that really were piecey and beachy and not too like done with thick hair, because I feel like I don't have a ton of texture to my hair, but I've kind of found some techniques that I think really help out us girls with way too much hair. So if you want to see how I got this hairstyle, then keep on watching this video. And also, PS, please ignore the fact that my hands and kind of my underarms are really badly spray tanned, going along with this beach goddess hair. I, got a spray tan in a moment of weakness, and now I'm a little splotchy. I forgot to put the stuff on my hand. But anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and I will see you in just a second. I think I've got this lighting okay. I hope that this is fine, but we're gonna jump into the tutorial now. Oh, you're going to be needing like 3 different main things. For me, that is a paddle brush. I have thick hair. This is the best thing to brush out for me. You may be yelling at me, telling me that this is not the best thing to use, but hey. I'm also going to probably be using my Tangle Teaser just a little bit, but I'll show you why at the end. I really won't be using it the whole time. It's definitely not essential. You can do it with a brush. I just happen to like and have my Tangle Teaser. The other things you're going to need are 2 hot tools. Ironically, this one is from Hot Tools. First one, of course, is a curling iron. This one for me is the best because I like that it is skinny at the base and then bigger at the end, because it really gives more of a texture to the root versus more curl at the end, which is the look that I like the best. So I have this reverse curling one. This is from Numi. It's really inexpensive when you use discount codes that like every YouTuber ever has. That's how I got that one. And then I also have a straightener or straighteners depending on where you're from. And this is the crucial point to this tutorial. In my opinion, you could probably use any kind of curling wand, but this right here is gonna be your best friend. So that is all I'm gonna use. You can use hairspray if you need it. I'm actually allergic, so I'm not gonna be using it, but I am just going to show you guys how to do a beachy curl, but also how to kind of section off your hair in a way that makes it easier to curl for people with thick hair, or at least this is how it works for me. I think the traditional way to do it is to do the whole bottom layer, the whole middle layer, and the whole top layer. I feel like that takes forever, so I'm gonna show you how I do it, which is really, really simple. All I'm gonna do is I'm going to section off each individual side of my hair. I part my hair in the middle, so this will kind of depend on how you part your hair. But as you can see, my hair is very, very fluffy on the ends, and that is where that straightener is gonna come in. So I'm gonna be looking over here in a mirror, because that's the only way I could do it and it do it justice, I guess. So if you see me looking over to the side, it's because I'm looking into a mirror, but I will make sure to try to talk directly to camera as much as possible. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I have sectioned off what is the bottom section of the left side of my hair. And I am just going to take my curling wand and I'm going to section off whatever sections you want. I typically just go for like maybe an inch worth of hair. And then I'm gonna take my curling iron up and over my head, and I'm gonna wrap it around the barrel. So you want the thicker part to be facing towards the bottom. You hold it for a couple seconds. Let her go. And I'm gonna try to show you this as best I can. If you will look at the bottom of my hair, it still feels a little fluffy. It doesn't look as clean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the straightener and I'm going to just hit it with a straightener. So this might take a little bit more time depending on, how thick your hair is, but you can already see that it made it a ton more beachy rather than curled all the way to the end and that like kind of gross fluffiness that I got going on there. So I'm gonna do the same thing, and that is really the trick to this, other than going every other direction with your curls. I feel like it makes them look much more piecey and beachy, because when your hair's thicker, and even when your hair's thinner, your curls can kind of tend to like run together. They'll kind of twist together. So if you do this, it helps them by putting one towards your face, one away. It helps it look a little more piecey. And I'm just going to straighten the ends, and it just makes it look a lot smoother, and like your hair isn't, I guess, hasn't been like curled, because I feel like that can look that way when your hair is thicker because it doesn't have as much texture, at least mine doesn't. It can make it look like you like really spent your time curling your hair, whereas I feel like with this look, it makes it look a little bit less like you tried, even though you actually put in a little bit more effort. But that tends to be the look that I like the most. So as you can see, the ends of my hair are a lot straighter, they're thinner, they look like I have less hair, and depending on, you know, this is obviously a tutorial for people with thick hair who might be trying to make it look thinner and more textured, but that is the bottom layer done. As you can see, it's really, really quick. And then I'm gonna take down my hair, and I am just going to section it off. I do it like right above my ear maybe, and then I'm gonna twist this and clip it up. This for me, you may be like, why would you curl one side of your head first? Well, this just, for some reason, I did this one day and it worked so much faster for me, and I don't really know why, but it does. Okay, so here's the curl. We have the not so pretty end there. I don't really like that very much. So I'm going to take my straightener, clip it, and just kind of straighten it there. See, I already think that that looks better. You may think differently, but this is a style that I like. So that is what I'm showing you. I don't know if you guys can see my dog staring out the window and wagging his tail ferociously. Don't really know what he's looking at. Okay, so the last piece I curled away from my face, so this one I'm gonna curl towards, which means I'm just gonna put my barrel in front of the hair and then wrap it towards my face. I prefer for any pieces near my face to go away from my face. I just feel like it frames my face shape better. Some people prefer to have it curled towards their face. I think if you're going for the beachy windswept look, it's best to do it away, but whatever you think suits your face shape is what you should go for. Now you may notice that I just burned myself, that I'm kind of taking the pieces and going like back and forth at the end because I don't want to make it look totally straight. I just really want to smooth it out. So by doing that, it kind of still gives it that wavy texture, but it doesn't make it look like I just took a straightener and went over my curl, because that would be bad. So since this piece is closer to the front of my hair, I'm gonna curl probably both of these sections away from my face. It doesn't have to be exact, like you don't have to do every other one. Ryder, what are you crying at? And then, like I said, yep, just wrapping this away from my face, holding it for a few seconds. The good thing is with these wands is you really don't have to hold your hair very long. You might have to if your hair is thicker than mine, but they're really fast and they're really great. Rye. All right, I just like to just grab that end. I just feel like it makes it look smoother and prettier. He's been so quiet all day, and then as soon as I turn the camera on, he's like, wah! It's kind of odd when you first do it if you've never used a curling wand. It kind of is an awkward thing to get used to because you're used to holding a curling iron probably like this, but to me it's much easier to go up and over your head. You can still curl it holding it that direction, but I prefer to hold it over my head. It just is a lot easier. So there you go. You can see that the ends of my hair just look smoother and prettier, and they don't look fluffy and like, let's see if I can compare. So the ends of my hair, we got fluffy, and then we got kind of straight but still textured. So I don't know if you can like really tell a significant difference, but to me it's like done, very undone. And before I started doing this technique of like hitting the ends, like my curls always ended up with this thick like fluffy ends on them, and I could never figure out how people got the like beachy hair look. And I've gotten so many compliments since I figured out this technique that I just like don't think I'll ever go back to doing it the other way. So again, on this top section, as you can see, I've lit down this like past side, and I'm really gonna pay close attention to this top layer because it's the one that's obviously seen the most, and it really will be where you'll get your texture. So I try to get really close to the root without obviously touching my head and burning myself, because I want to make sure that that I get some real volume up there. And you'll see I'm holding on to the curls on this section just because I want to make sure that they stay a little bit tighter. This top layer for me is shorter. I do have a long bob kind of asymmetrical cut. So it'll kind of depend, but like, see, I just feel like, oh, it looks so pretty. But yeah, I'm gonna really pay close attention to this top layer so that I can make sure that it looks nice and it's got lots of texture. So again, I'm going away from my face, towards my face, away from my face. I feel like that really makes a significant difference. So if you haven't tried that, that's a pretty known tip, but if you haven't tried it, I would really recommend doing that. And I'm gonna let it go. And I'm gonna kind of let it set. I didn't catch this one, but I'm gonna let it set before I pull on it. And then I'm gonna hit the ends of the hair with the straightener. So we're getting to basically the last two sections of the side. And I'm gonna split it into, I try to like balance out how much is in each one, but I really want to get like not a ton of hair in each one because I feel like it doesn't curl as well. So I'm gonna do probably these two pieces towards my, or I mean away from my face, just because they are closer and that's just the look I prefer. So I'm gonna do it again. Wrap it around. You don't really have to worry about how the hair lays on the iron itself. Like some people are really stickler about making sure that it's like a flat ribbon looking situation, but it doesn't really bother me either way. Just whatever gives me the quickest curl, because y'all know I'm not about to take 12 hours to make everything perfect when I can just kind of, especially with this look, it doesn't need to be perfect, so why not just like throw it up? This is always for me gonna be curled away from my face. So I really try to hit the top here. I'm gonna hold it a little while longer. Being careful not to be like that girl that got her hair burned off, except she got to meet Ellen DeGeneres, so I mean, really, did she lose anything there? Don't feel like she did. And then I'm gonna hit this last one. And let's see. All right, see, that's one side done. It really just gives it a lot of that texture, and I think it really comes from the ends. I probably will hit this with a little bit of texturizing spray at the end just to really make those ends piecey, but I mean, that's basically the process. So you guys have seen one side, I'm gonna do the other side, and then I'm gonna come back and chat to you. Oh, and just a quick tip before I forget. When you're sectioning off for the next side, you're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna do the same, like, however many layers you need. But I highly suggest when you clip your hair from the other side that you kind of, twist up, do whatever, grab it over here. And then what I do with the clippy is I kind of grab this front section of my hair and then clip it, because I feel like it really like pulls that curl, so it's got that really windblown look. So that's just a quick tip. Now I'm gonna do the other side and come back. Alright, woo, hot hair, hot hair, hot hair, hot hair, hot hair, hot hair. Careful, please don't burn yourselves. I accept no responsibility if you burn yourself. You guys do not know how many times I've tried to film this video. Like, I think this is probably my 4th, because I could not find the right angle to do it, and I feel like I really did it this time. Bada bing, bada boom. There is your beachy, messy, textured, piecey waves for thick hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want a couple of extra little tips, if you're feeling like maybe the back of your hair is flat because your hair is heavy, you can take like a tangle teaser or brush and just kind of like move it in a circular motion like that. It kind of just like, without actually teasing your hair, which can be a total nightmare to try to brush out, it kind of just fluffs it a little bit. Now at this point you obviously could add anything you wanted. If you want to use hairspray, if you want to use texturizing spray. If I did anything, it would probably be a little bit of texturizing spray. This is the Double Take Dry Finish Texture Spray from Not Your Mother's. I hate the smell of this stuff, but I only put it on the very ends of my hair because, like I said, I am allergic to, well, really all hair products because most of them have fragrance in them. But yeah, so you can add whatever you want. I can taste it. Ugh. That is going to be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you recreate this look or if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. You can follow me in a bunch of different places. Snapchat, I will leave all of the links in the description below. So hit me up on all my social medias. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And yeah, so my name is Parker. This is Stories in the Dust, and I really hope you'll stick around a while.